What's up everyone, my name's Gali Novak. Welcome back to another 3-Minute Thursday. I'm super excited. Today I'm joined with the extremely talented magician and just thinker of magic, Doug McKenzie. Thank you so much for being here, Doug. So if you had 3 minutes of advice to give to magicians, what would that be?
So first piece of advice is that nothing's ever finished, right? So when I work in a piece of magic, you can go out and perform it and it gets great reactions, and a lot of people stop at that. But I think that a piece of magic can always be polished and worked on, and you can always improve upon it. So I have ideas that I've been doing for years at this point that even 2 nights ago I figured out that I could still work on and make them better, right? So nothing's ever finished. It's always a constant polishing process of your own material. And in saying that, I think it's, people often try and go out and learn the latest, greatest piece of magic that's out there, the latest trending thing, what everyone else is doing on Instagram.
Right.
And I think it's better to take time away from the latest, greatest thing and just look at your own stuff. Mm-hmm. And that sometimes means like kind of removing yourself from the magic world and, not going into forums or Facebook groups and,
Sure.
Just looking at your existing stuff that you do and thinking like, how do I make it better?
Yeah.
Next thing, I wrote some notes. Perform as often as you can for real people. So a lot of people, sit in front of the mirror and practice, but I think that the more you get out there and perform for actual real audiences in different situations makes you a better magician. I think most of the magic that I do involves a lot of audience management, more so than like technique and sleight of hand. And I think it's more impressive, for example, if you want to do a card effect where you can make someone change their mind or get them to say the thing you need them to say, then have to do some sleight of hand, right? It's more impressive if you use some psychological tricks. So the more you get out there and perform, the more attuned you'll be to able to do that stuff better, right?
Makes sense.
The next thing is to challenge yourself. So I often go out with a piece of magic that I've been doing for a long time, and I say, today during my show or during this close-up gig, I'm gonna just try and come up with different variations of this trick. So it might be that I make a deck disappear, and then I say, today I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna make it reappear in different places, right?
Yeah.
So the normal approach would be it appears in my pocket. And I say, okay, well today it's gonna appear every time I do it in a different place. So it might appear at the table behind somebody, or it might appear in someone's chair, or it might appear in different places, and it takes that existing piece of magic and it broadens it. So now it's a piece of magic that's based on the environment of where you are.
Cool.
And now you get to play. Now the trick is no longer something you've done a million times, it's something that now you're having fun with and playing with. So that makes the gig more interesting for me and also makes the magic better, because now I have in my head, 10 new places I can make this appear, and I've done them all before. And now in a new situation, now the magic is true to that situation. It's true to that environment. It's not magician made it appear in his pocket. It's like, no, I was standing and it appeared in the table behind me, and it feels like it's a piece of magic for that moment specifically.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is, I always found that if you take interests that you have outside of magic and to bring them into your own magic, it's always much better. Yeah. You can create your own material, and I think performing your own material is a lot more rewarding than performing other people's material.
For sure.
So, if you're into puzzles or into photography or into painting or into technology or into dogs, right? You can be into anything, and you can take those interests and you can bring them into your magic. You can create a piece of magic that involves photography or photos, or a piece that involves painting. Darren has an amazing painting piece, and Asi has an amazing painting piece, right?
Yeah.
So you take these other interests, bring them in, and it makes you as a magician, of course, to your audience, feel more well-rounded as a person. And the materials are yours. It's yours to play with, and you can do whatever you want with it, and no one else is doing it. And it's your baby, and then you can polish that, and
I love it.
Keeps going.
Thank you so much, Doug. I think you packed a heap of advice into that, and I think everyone that's watching is going to get something out of it. So I really appreciate it. Finally, I want to end on a question, which I just like to ask because I travel and I find it interesting. If magic is different in different parts of the world, so how would you say that magic is unique in New York City versus somewhere else?
It's a good question. I don't think it's necessarily unique in New York City. I just think New York, we're lucky to have access to a lot of great magicians that somehow end up coming through New York and LA. There's a few hubs, I think, Chicago. I think we're lucky to have that. So I think the level of magic is pretty high in New York, and we have, it's a very densely populated area, so we have a lot of good magicians packed into a small area.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't think it's better. I just think we have a lot of good people that we have access to.
That makes sense.
And we have the Conjuring Arts Research Center as well. That's another great
true.
resource. You can go through and look at some of those books.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Doug, thank you so much. I'm going to put all of Doug's social media down in the description, so show him some love. He's an amazing magician, Doug. Every time I see you perform, you blow my mind.
Awesome.
It's amazing. Bam. And thank you for bringing this little girl. She's so cute.
My baby.
And like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all soon for another 3 Minute Thursday. Thanks so much for watching.